Okay, we are live. Hey.
I doubt we'll find one bigger than that. Hungry, Torgal? Get him! Torgal, kill!
Oh yeah. My brother asked me if I wanted to watch that, and I said I wasn't sure.
Farewell! Stay down!
I mean, what's the point of even caring about the Oscars anymore?
No. Will it be enough, I wonder?
Alright, dog. Look at that.
I say that answers my question. Which means we owe the lawsmen our thanks. You're just a big puppy, aren't you? A very big puppy. You do know you can take that with you, Torgal. Lady Karen will be relieved to hear you've got your appetite back. Come on, boy.
Wow, he ate the whole bone. Is he okay?
I noticed you and Torgal had gone off somewhere. Take him for a walk, did you?
You could say that.
So, Molly's leftovers weren't good enough, eh? That'll teach me for treating you like you're still a pup. All right, no need to shout. Now we know what you're after.
Yeah, I saw that.
Get some in.
Speaking
I
of
wonder
which,
if it's just
go on
because
later.
Elon likes
Can I leave it with you?
X, the letter, or is there some sort of business justification for it?
You can, aye. I'm nice like that. In return, you can thank Tomes for me. The bloody know-it-all.
Oh,
I was just on my way
looks
to
like
see
my
you.
microphone is starting to complain about low batteries. So if you guys can't hear me, all of a sudden, Somebody let me know so I can swap the batteries out on my microphone. I don't think very many people care what it's called, but apparently he tried to rename PayPal X. So he just really likes the letter X. And I'm just trying to wonder, is it like supposed to help the business? Or is it just he likes the letter X?
We were indeed, Lawsman. You pointed us in exactly the right direction. And Torgal's been a very happy hound ever since. Very good, very good. Lady Karen sends her thanks, by the way, for your part in solving the mystery.
Ah, but that reminds me. After your last visit, I found myself pondering Torgal's talents. Do you recall our conversation concerning Lady Jill's role in Torgal's transformation?
About how she somehow woke the power within him.
Precisely that. A reasonable conclusion, I thought, but one which raised certain questions in my mind. You see, the Fenrir of legend served Shiva and Shiva alone. And while the powers attributed to him are certainly impressive, the records imply they are somewhat different in nature to those you described Torgal as having used.
So,
Suggesting?
I don't know. Doesn't really make any difference to me.
Torgal may be the beneficiary of more than one icon's power. Consider that in addition to Lady Jill, he has served as a loyal companion to you, your brother, and even the late Cid. In short, the icons hitherto near at hand, or should I say at paw, have been diverse and plenty, and that number has only grown as the realm's dominance have fallen to your sword. One can but speculate as to how all of this has affected Torgal.
He has seemed more fierce of late.
And if I am not mistaken, he will grow fiercer still. We are fortunate indeed to be able to count him amongst our allies and not our adversaries.
And the URL is still Twitter, right? So the URL hasn't changed.
He's more than an ally. He's a friend.
My knowledge is yours. Look around you. Still. Why? If that is all, my friend.
Isn't Thaddeus Moss Randy Moss's son? Or is he Sonorise Moss's? He's somebody's son, right?
Carrot's collector.
They say Drake's fang is gone.
Yeah.
Old Mother Crystal's
You.
gone. What are we gonna do?
I've got this theory.
What do you mean? I don't. Is he upstairs or something?
Welcome. If you're hoping for a bed, I'm afraid you'll have to look elsewhere. One of our wealthy patrons has purchased.
Okay.
My reputation will be ruined! Ruined!
Calm yourself, Lord Ignac, I beg of you, before you do yourself a mischief.
Pardon the intrusion, but
Out! Get out! I paid for these rooms so I wouldn't be disturbed. Leave me be!
Please, allow me to apologize. His lordship is going through a difficult time, and he's never been fond of guests arriving unannounced.
Radim! Get rid of the filthy oaf this instant!
Very good, Lord Ignac. Would you mind stepping outside for a moment?
I'm sorry if I've caused you any trouble.
That? No. That's just how his lordship is.
Oh, and Mask, I sent you a DM a day or two ago.
Somewhat fractious. He's been
Just one more thumbnail that I need for this series.
The thieves also made away with a considerable amount of coin.
Should be a pretty easy one to make, though.
I don't suppose a certain blade was among the stolen items. A single-edged sword. It was purchased from a merchant friend of mine.
Ah, you know Lady Karen. Yes, I'm afraid it was.
Then I'll retrieve Lord Ignac's luggage.
Okay, let me know if this sounds crazy or not.
You are but
Couldn't you just go on Fiverr
welcome to anything
and find
that
people
is
to
in
write
my
scripts?
power to grant.
I want an audience with Lord Ignac. A few minutes should be enough.
Like, some of the writers on Fiverr are good, man. Just jump on Fiverr.
Fool to refuse. Of course, you shall have your audience.
It would be way
I
cheaper.
suppose you saw where the thieves went.
I did not, no. Though some discreet inquiries made on his lordship's behalf mean that I know where you might find them. The bandit's bed. Every ill-gotten coin in Dalamal is said to pass through that disreputable corner of the Valcroy.
And that's where I'm heading.
I shall speak to Lord Ignac in your absence, and arrange for an audience upon your triumphant return.
That will be very kind of you.
Farewell, and best of luck.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, people should just start doing things like that. Doing good, Mad Wolf.
Come on.
Company, careful.
We finally got some Seahawks news earlier today. So that was cool. It's been a very quiet off-season. They can prove it. Yeah, that's probably why we extended Nwosu. Once Bosa gets paid, all these other edge players are gonna want more money. It's gonna be some bullshit. Like, imagine what Parsons gets next year. I mean, they should be paid more than Donald.
Faster.
Like, there's just the salary cap's gone up.
We've got company! Come on, lads, let's tear the bastard's head off!
Yeah, I mean, even ignoring the fact that I think Donald's pretty washed up now. Or at the very least, not an elite player anymore. The players that get paid now should get paid more than the players that got paid 2 years ago. That's just how it works. Oh, I dodged that. I jumped over that. That was horse crap.
Finished.
This must be Ignac's.
Yeah, I have some optimism, Austin. I think most people should.
Damaged. All right.
It would be very weird if this team was worse than the team from last year. Right? We're the same or better at every position. I don't see how anybody could argue against that. We are the same or better at every position. Maybe not long snapper.
Wyvern. Glad to make your acquaintance.
A formidable name indeed. Well, Wyvern, I appear to be in your debt. Redeem here tells me you wished for an audience. Is that all?
A few moments of your time should suffice, yes.
You're a peculiar fellow, Wyvern. All right, speak.
Master Wyvern was wondering if you could tell him about a certain single-edged sword you recently acquired.
Oh, a true work of art, that one. Karen drove me hard on the price, but I would have sold her Radim here to get my hands on that sword. It was made in the Outer Isles, far beyond the Twins, and is used exclusively by the practitioners of a unique school of swordsmanship. They believe no combat should ever exceed a single strike, and hone their blades to such perfection that none ever does. Each sword is made for that one perfect stroke, and for that stroke only. They crack upon a second blow.
The Cowboys, I want to know, is Tony Pollard going to be ready for week 1 or not? Like, the injury he had looked like a serious injury, but they're acting like he'll be back for week 1.
Why, they use a whetstone, of course. Whetstones, rather. A whole array of them, ranging from the coarse to the fine. 10,000 licks with the sharpening stone, then 10,000 more. But it is the final stone which lends the blade its legendary sharpness. A mineral quite foreign to this great...
I mean, that era had its moments, Austin.
And that is the key. The secret ingredient. Wyvern, it occurs to me that my little lecture is hardly equal to services rendered. Take this, together with my regards. The very stone of which I spoke, far rarer among collectors than even the blade itself, and a far more fitting payment.
Thank you.
Pardon the intrusion, my lordship. However, it is long past time we prepared ourselves to depart.
So it is. I am locked in bitter competition with a rival collector of curiosities. I am one step ahead of the unscrupulous scoundrel, but he is hard at my heels.
And there are many other collectors out there.
Too many to count, but only one do I consider my nemesis. Lord Byron Rosfield. And is a perennial thorn in my side.
I can imagine.
Farewell, Wyvern. May our paths cross again. Radim, we mustn't dawdle.
I think his lordship is rather taken with you, Master.
Man, I gotta make another fucking Mariners video tomorrow. I'm so
Thank you
sick of
again
talking about
for
this
your
team.
assistance.
So fucking obnoxious,
I'll be right
dude.
there.
Trust Uncle Byron to find such an interesting rival. Now, let's see what Blackthorn makes of this whetstone, shall we?
Like, it's hard to be as average as we are. It takes skill to be as average as the Mariners are, man. They're just the most average team that ever existed. Mad Wolf, you think we keep Taylor and Brooks? Not beyond their current contracts.
List. That big glass gate. How the hell is anyone supposed to afford that?
Did you hear? The gates to Heaven Hall in the area were breached.
Well, I did Mariners Muse on Twitter posted a little earlier that Mariners attendance is up this season, and it's probably only going to go up by more. So, I mean, the team is still growing in revenue, so the money's there. Just got to do something with it.
I come bearing gifts.
Gifts? Whatever is the occasion. Oh my. Clive, you really have outdone yourself.
Otto asked me to give it to you. To settle the Hideaway's debt with the Veil. And to compensate you for the time it took us to do so.
You disappoint me, Clive. I thought you might finally be warming to me. Tell Otto he can keep his baubles. I tried to tell him as much the first time around. The man owes me nothing, nor does the Hideaway. My contribution to the restoration effort was made freely and willingly. It was the least I could do.
You once told me Sid did you a kindness. I'd like to do the same. Please, accept it.
Yeah.
For my sake.
I kind of feel like it's already over. There were some opportunities in the last few weeks, and no.
It is.
Just couldn't quite do it.
Fetching, isn't it? Very well. Otto is lucky to have you, Clive. I doubt anything could ever replace his son. But you and the others at the Hideaway are the closest thing he has to family.
Otto had a son.
Long ago, yes. Sid told me Otto
I mean,
lost
we've
him when
got
he
the
was just
pitching
a
to be
boy,
great.
and
There's
blamed
so much
himself for
great
not
stuff
being able
already
to
in
stop
place.
it. I don't know how it happened, whether there was anything he could have done, but it was clear that it weighed heavily on him.
I didn't know.
How could you have? I doubt anyone did. Besides Sid, I've never met a man more keen to bear his sorrows in stoic silence. An ill habit, given that both have always been surrounded by friends desperate to help them.
I'm beginning to see that. Go will want to know the stones were delivered. If he's still with us.
Okay. It's just annoying. Like, I thought Teoscar was going to be a blue chipper. It's a contract year. I was like, forget about it. This guy's going to kill it. And he's barely above average.
Sorry for the wait. But hopefully you'll agree it was worth it.
You learned something about that sword then?
I did better than that.
A whetstone?
Yes. But not one you'll find anywhere in Valisthea.
No wonder I couldn't get the same finish on the grinding wheel. One hit and all done, eh? Might not be so bad if all you ever fought were duels. But good luck on the battlefield. Your second opponent would be your last, no matter how good you were.
Even so, is there some way it could be used to give the curse breakers an edge?
I think so, yeah. With this whetstone and the right kind of steel, I could probably even make a twin of the blade that rattled me. But there'd be no replacing this little rock once I worn it down to a sliver. I reckon we get a dozen swords from it, if that. Swords that the curse breakers wouldn't know how to wield properly, and that would see them through a single fire piece. Nah, no point trying to copy that thing. Be about as much use as a wax anvil. But finishing our blades with a whetstone this fine, now that's something to consider. And what's finer than fallen masonry, eh? Or more hard-wearing, for that matter. Just imagine it. Good
Yeah, I'm
Valisthea
here.
steel with an edge as sharp as any found in the Outer Isles. I won't make a copy, nah.
I mean, they can't necessarily... I mean,
I'm sure the curse breakers...
I'm sure they have an understanding that attendance will go back down if the team doesn't play well, so... I just don't know how committed they are to it.
I've been working day and night since I was half your age, and I'll still be here when you're long gone.
I don't know.
Hey, thanks, Clive. I mean it.
I think Scott's been terrible this year,
It's good to know someone's looking out for me.
but he was great the last 2 years. I don't want to get away from that too much.
First new blade I make's got your name on it. You come and find me when you've got the materials.
All right. I will.
I think we're going to go to arbitration with Teoscar. Like, he is a pretty good player. Even this year when he's kind of struggling, he's still playing well at the plate overall.
He cracked the crystal too. You're joking.
told me she was building a ship.
Alright, what do you got for me? I'm so sad. Colton Wong actually played the hero today, and then Munoz wasted it. Munoz can eat my entire ass for that one, man. Munoz can eat every single part of my butt. Like, Jesus Christ, dude. The worst player on the team comes through. Saves the day. And you find a way to blow the game. Like, eat my ass. Rock Sambrique.
Goat. Still alive, I see. So Lady Karen accepted the ruby.
Oh, about that. I tried my best, but she was just too stubborn to take it. She threw it right back in my face, in fact, and told me I could stick my stupid stone where the sun don't shine.
Karen refused payment.
I hope it wasn't something I said.
I'm sure you were as tactful as ever. Let me see what I can do.
Oh, wonderful. I hope you have better luck than I did.
I don't know. I don't think France has done it. I'm sorry. I don't think Jerry's done a terrible bad job, really.
Oh, I wasn't expecting you back so
He's not working with as many resources as some of these other guys are.
Here you are.
Hard for me to say that's his fault.
All done?
Yeah, France can come back as a backup or something. I don't know what's going on with him, but I can't just sit here and think like, oh, this'll never, this is just a slump. He slumps like this for a month, for like 3 months every year. It's not a slump, it's just who he is. I don't know how it happened, but you can either sit there and in denial of it, or you can do something about it.
Lady Karen, Goat tells me you weren't happy with our offer. Would you prefer the debt was repaid in coin?
What debt? I don't recall lending any of you lot me hard-earned gil. I may have tossed a talent or two in the Hideaway's coffers, but those were donations, and you can hardly call it charity if you go asking for it back.
Of course not. But one good turn deserves another. And our circumstances have changed. Surely you wouldn't shun the gratitude of a pauper who happened to have become a prince.
Oh, so you're a prince now, are you? Fine. But I'm selling it and taking what I'm owed, then you're getting the rest whether you like it or not.
I don't think he's going to play enough for that mask.
Decent trader might nab 1,000 talents for a star ruby. A canny one, meanwhile, might claim it were nicked from the belt of Sid the Outlaw himself and ask twice as much. Might be I already have a buyer in mind. Might be you even know her. A fine continental maid whose beauty's only eclipsed by a guile in commerce. You wouldn't mind, would you?
Not at all. Just be sure to tell her that it's always a pleasure doing business.
Happy for Tom Murphy, though.
I hear you ended up delivering.
Gotta say, Murphy's doing really well.
Thanks to this lump.
At least we got that going for us.
I wonder what I pay you for.
It's Speaking of which, I still haven't been paid last month's wages.
Oh, so you remember what's owed to you then? Get your ass behind that disc of yours and don't get up before those ledgers are square.
Right away.
I've seen that before.
Yeah, yeah. Plenty of times. It was the only goblet Sid ever used. Either out of habit, or because the filthy soul couldn't be bothered to find
I mean, we just gave Julio a lot of money. I don't think we can get away from that. I don't think blowing it up makes any sense.
Arthur and the Dame both seem to have fond memories of him.
I think Julio's just pressing, man. He's trying too hard. He's trying to hit everything 500 feet. It sucks, but it's a problem that will probably get better.
Give or take. Back in the day, I was a purser on a trade ship, which is where I met him. He bought passage to, forget where. And having nothing better to do on the long nights, we set up drinking island rum till the morning bell dragged me back to my duties. Quit my post not long after that, on account of making a fine maiden's belly fat. But me and Sid stayed close, promising we'd one day sail the seas again. That was before fate stepped in and said she was having none of it. The magic woke inside my son soon after his first name day, and there was no hiding his knack.
Couldn't you and your family have?
My family were the ones who summoned the constable, wanted the monster taken away. I couldn't turn my back on him, forget what I felt, and I couldn't for the life of me understand how they could. Luckily, Sid was of the same mind as me. It was him who stood beside me when all I wanted was to tear the whole world down. Him who cried for me when I had no tears left of my own. Him who swore he'd do everything he could.
I mean, the thing is, Julio will definitely be better next year, I think. He's too talented to not be better. The rest, I don't know. It's not going to be easy, especially if we don't have money to spend, but we should.
All to right a wrong that no one else had the courage to face. I knew then I'd follow that man to the ends of the earth. He was always too clever for his own good, was Sid. Saw the world for what it really was, while the rest of us were content to go along with the lie we were shown. And it can't have been easy, bearing that burden alone. But he didn't let it stop him. He never lost faith in what he believed was right. And that gave us faith in him.
I mean, it can be done. Don't tell me it can't be done. But it's not going to be easy.
Right behind him, ready to catch the stubborn sod, if ever he should fall. But I couldn't even do that. Ignore me. Just the ramblings of a tired old man.
You're not kidding.
Leave that lot. I'll tidy it up in a bit.
This is Sid's handwriting. Dear Otto.
I may be drunk, but I wanted you to know this place would be fucked without you. Love you, you grumpy old sod.
I did not think this side quest would actually, like, go this deep into character stuff.
What about it?
Sid was right. Without you, we'd all be lost.
He should have bloody well said so then. Just once. Before he went. But then, why would he? Him, or anyone. I'd only have told him to piss off. You're wrong, though. Both of you. It was never just me keeping the hideaway afloat. It was all of us. I just shoved people in the right direction. I barely seem to be able to do that anymore.
Stop whining, dude.
Would you rather go at the helm?
Well, maybe I've got a few more years left in me.
I'm going to hold you to that, Otto.
Before you go...
Yeah, I remember talking about him a lot in that draft mask, remember? A lot of people wanted him.
But that's...
I liked him.
This'll do me just fine. Thanks for the ray of sunshine. I'll see if I can't pay you back.
Already have.
Alright, that ended up being a fairly involved quest, honestly. Okay. Alright guys, I will be back in a few minutes and we'll try to get the Bomb King. Okay, I'm back. Can you guys still hear me? Is my microphone still working? Okay, cool. Alright, so... Alright, guy, welcome back to the sub club. Thank you for the 9 months. Good to have you back. I can't believe it. Brock Sambrick. Okay, fine. Let's try to find it. Hold on. No, no, no. Wait. This has got to be the right area. Yeah, the Imperial Chase. So yeah, this has to be it. Fuck. Don't care. And Breck, the croc. Yeah. I don't see that. Aha! So from here we go down, I guess. Yeah, Marsh, I think that's just kind of one where you're like, you know, there could be some negative possibilities that stem from it, but we'll worry about that later. For now, we probably, in 2 weeks, Nwosu's probably going to be underpaid. Think about it like that. In 2 weeks, Bose is going to get his contract, and then Nwosu's going to be underpaid. Unless the Niners really just feel like crazy and they let Bosa's contract roll over to next year, and then he'll probably get like $50 million a year. Like, Bosa, if they actually let Bosa ride into next year, that's crazy. Just take care of him now. Oh, they'll make the money for him. They definitely can make the money for Bosa. But it's not going to be fun. It might mean they have to lose somebody else. Like, they might be hoping that Trent Williams retires. But I don't think I have the bot set up for watch time. And if Trent Williams retires, that offensive line's pretty bad. I'm really lazy with the Twitch bots. I need to set that shit up. It shouldn't be hard. I mean, everybody does it, so it must be really easy, but... Although, you know who can't afford messing around right now? Would be the Chiefs with Chris Jones. Like, what do they do there? Like, what happens with Chris Jones? The Chiefs can't give him $30 million a year. That's just kind of an L. Whoa, what the heck is that? Here we go. We have a full slate of picks, and we have an extra third rounder from the Broncos.
Greetings, Your Majesty.
Yeah, I don't know what to think of Debo right now. He kind of sucked last year, didn't he? such a unique, fun player, though. There we go. But yeah, we have a full slate of draft capital right now, Marsh. And a bonus third rounder, which could be good. The Saints and Broncos would both have to be bad this year for that pick to be high in the third, but that's possible. Like, the Saints still have a terrible coach.
Let's see if there's any more.
Oh, by the way, did you guys see that the other player that Denver got in the Russ trade got suspended for the whole season?
Kawhi needs more than this.
For gambling? Uzurike, or whatever his name was, who was actually a player that I like in that draft. I remember talking about him a little bit.
The thing Tomes helped with.
Meg told me she was building a ship.
Okay. Hold on, let me check the microphone real quick. Maybe it died. Okay, no, we're good, we're good. Okay. What is up with all these NFL players suddenly violating the gambling clause? Like, are these new...
I think Mid might need some help tidying up.
All right there, Sid? How's that hunt for the bomb ash going?
I have it here.
That's the stuff. And plenty of it, too. Enough to keep the Olympic bubbling away for a good old while. You're a gent, Sid. Let none say otherwise. Right then, let's get this contraption up and running. There we have it. The Telemon Alembic. And it...
Alright. New batteries. Can you guys hear me now? Okay. So anyway, what I was saying was the other player that Denver got in the Rust trade is now suspended for the whole season because of gambling. And it kind of got me thinking, like, why are so many players getting busted for gambling? Like, I never used to hear about stuff like that.
No need.
Are these new young players just kind of stupid?
Don't be silly. Why don't you let me take a look at that bag of yours? The one you keep your potions in. Reckon I could work some magic on that.
What kind of magic?
Well, we happen to have isolated a substance in our test run of the Alembic that I reckon will make even the toughest leather supple as anything. Thought we might use it to breathe new life into old boots and the like. Save the hideaway a few gil. Ah, I reckon if we slap a bit on your bag, it'll loosen it up enough for you to squeeze in a bottle or two more.
Well, it can't hurt to try, I suppose.
That's the spirit. Leave it with me. I'll only be a mo. Well, what you reckon?
It certainly feels more flexible.
Right? Told you.
Thank you. I think.
No. Thank you for supporting Mid and the rest of us in our endeavors. Without you, we'd never have been able to discover wonders like that stuff I rubbed on your bag. And I'm telling you.
Yeah, the Broncos' interior defensive line is now pretty thin with no Uzurike. Broncos' run defense was not good last year. Ooh, nice. Finally, I can carry a normal number of potions now. Yes, that is big time, baby. Okay, so now let's stock up, and we'll actually do some main quest stuff. Okay. Well, they call me the fat man, 'cause I weigh 200 pounds. You know, man, that's a weird song. So, I'm to believe that, like, 75 years ago, you would get called fat because you weighed 200 pounds? Like, I weigh 200 pounds, and nobody ever really calls me fat. Like, 200 pounds is nothing now.
Clive.
What's up with that?
Good bloody riddance. One included. What do you want?
Oh, shit, I can make Excalibur.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
Like, you ever do that thing where you think too hard about song lyrics? And then you realize they either don't make sense or make sense in a really bad way? Like, if her daddy's rich, take her out for a meal. If her daddy's poor, just do what you feel. Like, that's not a good... Those are not good lyrics, right?
Anything else?
And what can I do for you? You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. And be thankful you got that much. I reckon I can find a buyer. And be thankful you got that much. You got out else? Is that all?
He cracked the crystal too.
Very nice. That's pretty funny. That's good.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
I'm not.
Out of my...
Wonders from across the water. Come one, come all. Feast your eyes. Good sir, can I interest you in...
How much? For a measly crust of bread?
You won't find any cheaper. Not nowadays. They are more
Oh, awesome. Late stage capitalism. Late stage capitalism has hit my Final Fantasy 16.
The Empire's unlawful and illegitimate occupation of the crystalline dominion is still in effect. Only those whose business in Twinside has been officially approved by the Republican Army will be permitted to cross the border. All who seek entry are to form a line and ready their documents for inspection.
Looks like we aren't the only ones who are eager to leave.
And they're checking everyone.
Can't you make an
Not for the likes of you.
We won't get through without that pass. Let's go in and find Good, shall we? He must be around here somewhere.
Okay. Goets.
Come taste my peaches. They're sweet as...
I'll take the large one.
Oh, it's the
There you are.
developmentally challenged guy.
I'm so sorry. Don't tell Nan, will you?
Slow down, Goods. Just tell us what happened.
It's me trader's pass. It's gone. We cannot ride the caravan without it. We won't even be able to get through the flipping checkpoint.
Do you remember when you last saw it?
It was in my pocket a minute ago. Then a bairn bumped into me and... Yeah. You don't think that they might have nicked it, do you?
It wouldn't surprise me. A busy market like this is prime territory for pickpockets.
So, to get the pass back, we need to find this child. Where would we even start?
I know where! I've got a pal in Bock lad who might be able to help us. No one knows more about what goes on round here than she does.
Where do we find her?
She's the owner of the Crimson Caravans, up that way. Sign's got a red chocobo on it.
No time like the present.
You two go on ahead. I'm gonna check the rest of my stuff, make sure nothing else is missing.
All right. We'll meet you there.
Let's keep an eye out for this red chocobo then.
And the other on our purses.
Van stops next to the shop.
Oh, is there going to be a chase minigame here where I get mugged? Lots of video games used to have those. I think Assassin's Creed games almost always have something like that. You get your coin purse taken, and then you have to chase the guy down who did it. And what did it?
Looking to hire a coach? It's 10 million for a two-birder to the Crystalline Dominion. Take it or leave it.
Oh, we're not here for that.
Then I bid you good day.
Oh, wait! Don't go, El. He's me mate.
As I live and breathe. Goots, what are you doing back in Bocklad? I gather Lady Karen didn't send you. So what trouble have you got yourself into this time?
It's me trader's pass. It got stolen. By a little bairn.
Of all the... You're the size of a marble. Honestly. Ugh. Goots told us that you know the markets well. Might you have an idea which little bairn could have done this?
We don't intend to punish them. We just need our pass back. Then, we can be on our way.
I see. So neither of you has a trader's pass either. Not that anyone would take you for traders, but I suppose that's why you came to me, correct? Now, I can't say for sure who took your pass, but I suspect I know why they did it. Let me explain. Ever since the Fist marched on the Dominion, the Republic has been clamping down on any commerce that might aid the Empire more than it does us. Which means traders' passes have gone from being merely a way of easing one's progress to being essential if one wishes to cross the border at all.
Hey, I'm liking this Empire. They're installing some strict border control.
Leading some to seek to acquire them by less than legitimate means. So the children
I can respect a country that wants strong borders.
Yes and no. Passes are inscribed with the names of their owners, and yet none of the victims' names have appeared on the register of those passing through the checkpoint.
Which means?
That someone is doctoring the stolen passes. The same someone who is encouraging the children to steal them. And the same someone who has Goots' pass, no doubt. Whoever they are, they're ruining the livelihoods of honest merchants, which is why we've decided to take a stand. Will you stand with us? You want to get your pass back, and we want to ensure that no more are stolen. Catch whoever's behind it all, and two birds shall be slain with a single stone.
Everything's always got to be hard.
Any other way of getting to the Crystalline Dominion, Goots?
They won't let you in if you're not with the caravan. It's that, I don't know, try swimming across the strait. But the guards will definitely spot you if you try and do that. Like, we don't want to get spotted, right?
So either we find the people who took the pass, or give up all hope of entering the Dominion.
All right. We'll help.
Thank you kindly. But I don't know your name. Eloise at your service.
Clive.
A pleasure doing business with you, Clive.
The proprietor of the furniture makers by the coach stop is spearheading the search. Wear that, and he will know you for a friend. I suggest that you speak with him first.
The furniture makers. Understood.
Out of my sight, wretch!
Come on!
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Caravan stops next.
Juicy pears! Make your thirst, but
Are you the furniture maker?
Looking for something in particular? Ah, and Eloise collared you too, eh? Then I expect you want to know more.
She told me you were leading the hunt for the pickpockets. What have you learned?
For one, that they're targeting the traders carrying the biggest packs. Harder to watch your back, see? And less chance of the mark giving chase if they're spotted. Not that they'd be likely to catch them. Those imps know every inch of this warren like the backs of their hands.
Their eyes must have lit up when they saw Goots.
The fishmonger round by the gate's been trying to track down the children involved. You should go and have a word with her.
Thank you. We will.
Okay.
the finest earthenware from the Free Cities! Come and taste my peaches! They're sweet.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will...
Fish for sale! Fresh sorted and smoked! Can I interest you?
Smoked.
Ah.
You know, I've never actually had smoked salmon. I do like salmon, but I've never had it
She's asked me
smoked.
to help her. To help you find the pickpockets.
Is that so? Suppose I better tell you what I know then. For one, this isn't a family operation. All the traders say the children who stole their passes were dirty, dressed in rags. Street urchins, by the sound of it. We get a lot around here.
Orphans from the wars.
A few, perhaps. You saw the refugees gathered by the entranceway? They're all looking for a new start in the Dominion and beyond. Some of them take it as an opportunity to rid themselves of unwanted baggage.
The shame of it.
Whoever's behind this would have to have made themselves known to the children at some point.
And so should we.
You should start with the children around here, then. I doubt they're the ones involved, but they might have heard something.
It's worth a try.
All right, then. Questioning children. How hard can that be?
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will be different there.
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
Come and taste my peaches! They're sweet.
Excuse me. Do you mind if I ask you something?
Can't stop you.
I was just wondering if anyone has asked you to do anything out of the ordinary recently.
Anything you grown-ups ever ask us to do is shut up and go away. So guess
For good
what
reason.
you've got to tell
Shut up and
me
go
to
away.
do?
Sorry. I'll leave you alone.
No, Jill. Smack that kid. Smack him.
Come and taste my peaches!
I'll
The finest earthenware from the Free Cities! All but unbreakable!
You won't find anything of this quality in Twinside.
You should come with me to the Dominion. Life will be different.
Do you have a moment?
What do you want?
What I want is to know who's asking children like you to pick pockets.
I don't know. Nobody's asked me. What's picking pockets? Do you get paid for it?
No, you get in trouble for it. So if they come calling, you know what to tell them.
I hate dealing with these jumped up little shits.
Jug of snake spit for the road?
Excuse me?
What do you want? I don't have any money.
It's all right. We're not going to hurt you. We just want to talk.
What about?
We've heard that some very bad people are making children like you steal from travelers. We need to know who's behind it so we can stop them.
I don't know much about it, really. But my friend, Honza, he said he got a job doing something dangerous.
Sounds promising.
We need to find him and ask.
Do you know where your friend might be?
He's usually by the tents outside town.
Thank you. You've been very helpful.
Come on, come on!
Peaches and pears.
Let me carry your goods.
Porter for hire.
That's that then.
She must have meant the refugee camp.
Let's hope he's still nearby.
There are no crystals here.
That big fat donkey was easy pickings. He wouldn't have noticed if we'd robbed his boots off him.
Yeah. Wish we hadn't handed over the pass, though. Could use one of those.
These little shits.
Chance to be a fine thing.
I'm gonna name these kids Control, Alt, and Delete.
Would they now?
I'm gonna hit all three of them at once because they're giving me a problem.
Charming characters.
Shit, we're in trouble now.
What do we do?
You two get caught if you want. I'm off.
Hunter, where are you going?
So that was Hunter, eh? Jill, you watch these two. I'm going after him.
All right.
Yep, chase sequence.
He can't have gone far. I need to find him before his employers do.
Daddy.
Did you see a boy run past? He stole something from a friend of mine.
There was a boy ran back there towards the chocobo pen, but...
Thank you.
Shit. Cornered.
It's all right, Hunter. I'm not going to hurt you. I just want to ask you some questions.
Fine. Not like I've got a choice.
I'm looking for the people who are making you steal for them. Who are they?
Called themselves the Carstones. They said they'd give me good gill if I did what they told me. I knew they were bad, but...
That's a lame name.
Didn't come at all half the time, before I started buzzing for them. You know, if I didn't do it, they'd just pick on someone else. Someone they could push around easier.
Hunter.
You found him then?
Jill. Where are the other two?
Eloise is watching over them. She sent Goots and I to look for you.
You're... him!
haven't got your pass anymore, if that's what you're after. I gave it to the Carstones. Whatever you do to me, I can't get it back. Not that I go against them anyway. If it weren't for their gil, me and my mates would have starved.
Oh, what do we have here?
Cowards. You will not force another child to do
Uh-oh.
your bidding. Wait, we're not...
Don't hurt him.
You're making a mistake. We're on the same side.
Like hell we are. That brooch. Where did you get it?
Master Theo?
Goots. What are you doing with these people? Unless you're the ones my sister was talking about.
Your sister? Eloise didn't tell us she had a brother.
And why would she? I'm just a back and a blade. Theodore, at your service. Sorry about before.
Theodore, what do you know of the cast stones?
Vultures who have made Boklad their hunting ground. They prey on the desperate, stealing from those with gil and bullying those without it into joining their flock. I'd been looking into their activities in hope of sparing the refugees any further hardship. But it seems they've already stooped even lower than I'd feared. Hans is a good lad. Don't blame him for what they've made him do. If he and his friends hadn't agreed to work for the stones, some other poor souls would have. On pain of death, most likely. Clive, was it? And my sisters asked you to help put an end to the pickpocketing. Then we all want the same thing.
Oh, where is it?
So, what's the plan?
What else? We find the cast stones and we crush them. You get your trader's pass back, and I make Boklad a safe place again.
All right then.
All right then. Honza, where are they camped? Don't worry. They'll never know you told us.
Couldn't if I wanted to. They always come to town to collect the passes. Meet us outside the gate. I tried following them once, but they spotted me halfway down the trail. Said they'd string me up.
We'll try it this time. Which way were they going?
Back down the road towards Leighton's Cleft.
To Leighton's Cleft, then.
Leighton's Cleft is to the south, past the camp.
You can do it, Clive.
No, you better not have scared any of my bullets.
Daddy.
the one who's been sticking his nose in our business.
You should have minded your own.
I doubt these were the ringleaders, but at least we know we're on the right track.
So, I guess the big question everybody has right now is, did we create enough cap space to bring in somebody like a Shelby Harris? But I said this on Twitter earlier. I don't think Shelby Harris is going to sign for a while because he's a veteran and he doesn't need to sign until after training camp is mostly over. So you might not see him sign until the few weeks before the season starts. Because he gets to just stay at home, work out on his own terms. It's not like he's not a veteran of the process, so he's not going to miss anything super important. So it could be like a month before we bring in Shelby, honestly.
More foot soldiers.
Fewer now.
Not a bad haul today, eh?
Aye. Some of our new recruits are natural-born ne'er-do-wells.
Especially the little ones. That Hans has got nimble fingers, all right.
It will be a shame when they chop 'em off. But till then, let's make the most of it.
Scum. The leaders of the cast stones, I take it.
They don't deserve any mercy, Clive.
I wasn't planning on showing them any.
We're ready when you are, Theodore.
Oh, I'm ready.
Oh, really? Okay, Beta. That's pretty big. Again, we need to see exactly how it breaks out, but that's good news.
Fuck. It's that guard from Falkland. Kill him. Kill them all.
Yeah, and apparently the incentives are sack-based and not game-based, so he actually has to play well, not just play.
And they say crime doesn't pay. Gold chains, rings, purses. And traders' passes. Dozens of them.
Have the names been changed?
Not yet. I recognize some of them. No doubt Goots's is somewhere among them. Now I just need to sort through it all and return everything to the people it was taken from.
We should go and give Eloise the good news. Can we leave things here in your hands, Theodore?
Of course. Oh, and, be sure to tell her of the part I played, won't you?
We'll be glad to.
Ah, Clive. How goes the hunt? My brother isn't getting in your way, I trust?
Quite the opposite.
All right, making progress.
So it was the cast stones who were behind it all. Theo told me he'd been on their trail. And their demise solves 3 problems at a stroke. That of the pickpockets, the bandits pulling their strings, and the passes they were stealing. I only hope yours is among the items you recovered. Only time and Theo's return will tell. Speaking of whom, welcome home, dear brother.
You are too kind, Eloise. Here, Clive. Goots's pass. Ask him to keep a closer eye on it from now on, would you?
I will. Thank you.
El, I've asked our boys to carry the rest of the goods back. Can I count on your help in sorting through it all?
Of course. I'll make some space in the storeroom. I expect you'll soon be on your way then. But it wouldn't do to leave without introducing yourself properly. Would it now? Sid. Don't look so shocked. We're on the same side.
I don't understand.
As you now know all too well, we at the Crimson Caravans are always happy to help those in need. For a small fee, we will move anything that needs moving. Be that goods to market, or bearers away from it.
I was the first my sister helped escape. If it wasn't for her, I'd have been branded as a boy.
I had no idea.
It just so happens that we are seeking to expand our operation. And who better to join forces with than the leader in the field? Wouldn't you agree, Theo?
I would. It seems our purpose is the same in more ways than one. So what would you say to working together again?
It would be our pleasure.
And our honor. The honor is ours.
Here, Clive. This is
Well,
you.
I guess it makes more sense if you assume they're tanking, right, Santi? If you just assume they're tossing the season away.
El has friends in high places, while I have associates in, lower ones. That mark is proof that you're a friend to us both.
I shall bear it with pride.
Well, all that remains is to wish you a safe onward journey. Goots's pass should secure you a place on the caravan, but if you encounter any
Right.
difficulties, we would be delighted to provide you with a coach of our own. For a discounted price, of course. Say, 9 million?
We'll try the caravan.
There really isn't a lot else for me to spend money on in this game, so that might not be a terrible offer to take him up on.
Right then. Let's get this back to Goots.
Okay, guys, I will be right back, and we will continue on for a little bit. Okay, I am back.
And then it's on to the Dominion.
Let me carry your goods.
Pardon me, but would you happen to be... That well-notched steel and impressive physique. I have need of a sword for hire, and yours looks to be a weapon well worth the coin. Might you be convinced to offer me the use of those formidable arms?
How exactly do you intend to use them?
Well, being something of a scholar of Zemeckis history, I wish to investigate the ruins near the city. And I require a rugged companion, lest I find myself waylaid by ne'er-do-wells or the beasts said to roam the area. Should you accept, you will not only earn yourself material wealth, but partake of the true treasure that awaits us there. The rich and storied history of Zemeckis. Well, were you ever party to a finer proposition?
My arms are yours.
All right, let's do it.
Wonderful. Then come. We must away.
But where are we going?
Along the old Zemeckis Road, and from there, onward to discovery. Quickly! There is not a moment to lose.
Wait. Good luck with your ne'er-do-wells. I'd better make sure he doesn't get himself killed.
Porter for hire. Best service at the best price.
I see you've been of some assistance to Eloise. Perhaps you can extend me the same kindness?
Perhaps. What would I be doing?
Finding someone. You see, I've been having trouble with thieves, and despite the many pains I've taken, I can't stop them from rummaging through my packs. I was griping about my lot to a friend of mine a few days back, and he offered to track the culprits down. Now, Joseph's a sellsword, and a good one at that. But he's been gone days, and I'm beginning to fear the worst.
Any idea where his search for the thieves might have taken him?
The old Zemeckis Road, perhaps? He doubted they would be fool enough to linger here in Boklad. Joseph's lived a hard life. Made him grey long before his time. I just pray he hasn't been killed over a few sacks of grain.
I can't imagine there are too many grey-haired sellswords around. Hopefully someone will have seen him.
That's that then.
There are no crystals here. Going.
What do you want? I've no coin on me.
Just information. Has a sellsword passed through here? Grey hair.
No, they're not going to sit out. Well, maybe Saquon.
Was a young man with salt in his
Maybe Saquon, but I still kind of doubt it.
Which way did he go?
How am I supposed to know? Buggered off down the road, I expect. Now why don't you do the same and leave me be?
Well, look what happened to Le'Veon Bell. Like, that should have been a lesson against doing things like that. Like, you don't do that. Look what happened to Le'Veon Bell. That should be, like, the lesson.
You'll handle a real toy if you know what's good for you.
I don't even know what that is, Santi. So I guess the answer is no. Bullshit. I don't want to. That actually sounds like it could be cool, I guess.
Are you hurt?
Happily not, good sir. Thanks to your timely intervention. More importantly, we have arrived. Now, feast your eyes upon the marvel before us. Ruins, a relic of the fallen civilization. A sight so common that man is oft blinded to its wonder. Colossal vessels, dashed from the very heavens. Airships, we call them, with very little thought to what wonders such a word might describe. Oblige me if you would. Does anything strike you as peculiar about this particular specimen? Though we ourselves find fallen ruins to be nigh indestructible, whatever gouged the final sin from the rock cleaved clean through the structure.
So it's co-op, right?
A tantalizing mystery, no doubt, but merely one of countless enigmas.
If I'm understanding you correctly, it's co-op.
Come, good sir. Our expedition continues, and we still have much to learn.
He's passionate. I'll give him that.
We don't want any trouble.
Neither do I. I'm looking for someone. A grey-haired mercenary.
Well, we haven't seen him.
Yes, we have. We saw him climbing up the rocks.
Oh, you're gonna be unhelpful, huh?
Over there.
Maybe he found his thieves.
Mum won't let me near them. She said there's goblins up there, and that they eat little boys for dinner.
Shush now. You've said quite enough already.
I only told him what you said.
I'd listen to your mother if I were you. Joseph's thieves really lug their stolen wares all the way out here. I think we've found our thieves. They don't look happy to see me.
So are the goblins in this game also an anti-Semitic thing? an anti-Semitic stereotype. Well, it looks like they don't really say anything. They just, like...
Let's get this over with.
I don't know. I can't see much anti-Semitism here.
Don't kill him, he's just protecting his home.
Joseph? So the boy was right.
I don't know you.
Your porter friend sent me to find you. She was worried you might have got yourself killed.
Have I been gone that long? It wasn't hard finding the thieves. The problem was knowing what to do with them when I did.
I take it things are more complicated than they appear.
I'd all but ruled out bandits before I even left the market. You know what that is? Because our thieves had no interest in gold or gems, or anything they couldn't eat for that matter. Add to that the rumors of goblins in the area and the mystery.
Oh my god, that is an ugly motherfucker.
Cozy little homestead.
Look at that guy.
I launched myself at them full
Put
of
him out of his misery.
righteous fury, but their leader was the only one who moved to meet me. The others, they huddled around that food, ready to die protecting it. They stole because it was that or starvation. I've been there myself, back when times were hard.
So you spared them. And earned their trust into the bargain by the look of it.
These goblins aren't native to the area. They don't know how to survive such barren lands, so I've been teaching them. And once they've learned to hunt and forage, they won't be fool enough to risk their necks in Boklad.
I'm impressed. I didn't know goblins could be reasoned with.
Do me a favor. Let the porter know I'm safe. I'll head back to the market once my work here is done. Oh, and don't mention the goblins. I don't want people coming here brandishing pitchforks. Not now this lot have sworn off thieving.
Your secret's safe with me.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
He looks like a Fallout 3 character or something. Looks like a ghoul from Fallout. Oh my god.
I always thought of goblins as mindless savages. But if I'm honest, I like them better than half-elves.
Not again. All right then. Who's first?
Okay. So let me get this straight. That whole side quest I just did was learning about how the goblins weren't that bad. Now I'm gonna go kill a bunch of goblins to rescue somebody. Okay. I see how it is, game. I think they call that Aesop amnesia.
would not do. That would not do at all. Not when such majesty stretches out before us. Behold, the final sin in all its glory. As Moss tells us, a battle was fought here in ancient times. A battle of such ferocity that it tore a great crater in the very land upon which it was waged. In reaching for their holy sanctum, did man enrage the gods. And great was the vengeance that was rained down upon him. Alas, the full truth of the matter is lost to time, though I live in hope that I might see it discovered. But we must not dwell upon such things. There is more yet to see. Onward! History awaits!
Come on. Faster!
Yeah, I still have Game Pass. God damn it, dude. Whoa, does he have a lightsaber?
Still in one piece?
It would seem so. Once more I am in your debt. And once more you impress me with your prowess. These were no ordinary foes, but ones we in the field call echoes. Though Moss the Chronicler concurs with the legends in attributing the fall of Zemeckis to a wrath wrought upon mankind by the gods, he offers little in the way of explanation. Could the ruins we see before us here, in all their elaborate beauty, perhaps suggest an answer? Could the construction of such miraculous edifices have been considered an encroachment upon the province of the divine? Alas, all is mere speculation. But one day, perhaps, I will learn the truth.
Not if you keep running headfirst into trouble.
You are right, of course. And not only have you plucked me repeatedly from the jaws of death, you have proven yourself a willing audience to my ramblings.
Glad to help, but didn't you say you came here to investigate something?
I fear I may have rather overstated the case on that front. In truth, a captive ear was all I really desired. You see, even my fellow scholars have grown somewhat weary of my musings of late. And so I came upon the idea of purchasing a companion. A captive audience, if you will.
Purchasing a companion. Oh no.
I am afraid so.
What is this guy going to try to repeal the 13th Amendment?
It is high time we returned whence we came.
Fine. Just don't go running off this time.
And so ends a delightful day. Here, your reward for humoring my selfish whims, plus a little extra for the trouble I have put you to.
Let me carry your goods. I'm cheap.
And nasty.
Joseph's fine. He'll be back once he's tied up a few loose ends.
That's a weight off my shoulders.
He certainly knows his business. He found your thieves all right. And I dare say they won't be coming back.
A good man to have around, that Joseph. And if he says there'll be no more thieving, that's good enough for me. Thank you for putting my mind at ease. Here, for your troubles.
All right, no problemo. Oh. Got another one. Damn it, I wish I saw this before.
I must leave for the bloody crimson caravans.
If I knew arrival.
Now I just need to see about getting the work. I want to know right away.
Bad news.
Good, actually. Something worth celebrating for a change. Only trouble is, the serving girl's still new to the job, so I can't leave her while I go and invite those I'd like to celebrate with.
What exactly are you celebrating, if you don't mind me asking?
I've come by a particularly fine bottle of red. A Gotan 66, no less. Gotan Rouge is the only good thing to have ever come out of the Empire. And most wouldn't part with a 66 if you held a knife to their throats.
So I've heard.
Oh, so you know of it then? Clearly you're a gentleman of taste. A gentleman who might sympathize with my predicament, perhaps? Would you pass the good news to a few friends of mine? I'll give you a little something for your time, of course.
Sounds simple enough.
So you'll do it? Marvelous. Thank you. You won't need to go far. All three of them should be right here in the market. There's Aldrich the porter, Milan the butcher, and Bolek, a guard over at the north gate. Three of the finest fellows in Boklad, if you ask me. Tell them to come to the tavern when they finish for the day. Stop by again when you let them know, and I'll give you your little something.
I'll be right back.
So, is Shoe on Ahead just full MAGA now, or what? I'm confused, because I'm pretty sure, like, as recently as 3 years ago, she was a Bernie girl, or Bernie... whatever you call a Bernie supporter who's a female, which I guess is not a bro, but what happened to Shoe on Head, by the way? What's going on here?
Suppose that's you, is it?
That's me right enough. You need something delivered?
The innkeeper sent me. He said there's a cup of Gotan 66 with your name on it when you're done for the day.
A 66? Look at me. If he's just got hold of it now, it must have been in the crates he had me carry down from Sambrek.
From the Empire to Boklad. You must be a braver man than most. That's a treacherous route at the best of times.
Such is the porter's lot. There's not a patch of storm these feet haven't traipsed across. It's Oriflamme one day, then off to Canva the next. The farther you're willing to go, the fatter the purse. Which is why there's no shortage of competition for some of the longer routes. I'd say I've done enough for today to earn myself a cup of something tasty. Thanks for letting me know.
I don't even know why Shoe on Head got famous in the first place. But I see her all over my Twitter feed these days. Or X feed. Whatever.
Peaches and pears.
Caravan stops next to the checkpoint.
Are you Milan, the butcher?
That's me. What can I do for you?
The innkeeper's just had a special delivery. He thought you might like to join him for a cup of wine after you pack up for the day.
He knows me only too well. And I've got a ham here that will go handsomely with a nice drop.
Wine and ham to spare. Boklad clearly isn't suffering then.
Comes with being the place everyone has to pass through to get to everywhere else. Those who travel the Crystal Road bring all manner of goods with them. We get meat from Sanbrek, herbs from Rosaria. Why, sometimes we even see curiosities from across the Narrow. My old man knew what he was about when he set up shop here all those years ago. Anyway, thanks for the good news. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll shut up shop early. Wouldn't want to keep our friend waiting.
You won't find anything of this quality.
That's about right.
The Empire's your enemy, not us.
I'm looking for Bolek. I was told he'd be guarding the gate.
Well, you found him. You're not here to enlist, I take it?
The innkeeper sent me. He's just taken delivery of a rare vintage, a Gotan 66. He thought you might like a cup.
I've never said no to a goat hand. I'm not about to start now. Thanks for letting me know.
You must be a busy man.
The market would be flooded with refugees if we weren't here to stem the flow. Oh, my heart goes out to them, all right, but we've got our orders. No papers, no passage. Plenty try to slip past us nonetheless. And every now and then, one of them's foolish enough to try and force their way through. And when they do, well, things can get nasty. You know what? That wine's sounding better by the moment.
Well done. I wonder if the innkeeper might spare a cup of that wine.
Come taste my peaches.
I'll take the large.
So when you say "come taste my peaches," is that like a metaphor? Is that innuendo, or are you, you know, do you actually have peaches? Because peaches are pretty great.
Peaches and pears. Out of my sight, wretch.
Dude.
with your friends. They'll be along soon.
That's fantastic news. Thank you kindly. It's been a while since we all sat down together. And the way I see it, that wine is as much theirs as it is my own.
How so?
Well, I wouldn't be serving anything but slops without Aldrich to go and fetch the good stuff for me. And then there's Milan, who always sends customers my way. And Bolek, an even-handed keeper of the peace, if ever there was one. Those three are the backbone of Boklad. Lose any one of them, and the market would soon fall apart. And without the market, I wouldn't have a single customer. I'd say that's worth a bottle of 66, wouldn't you?
And more besides.
Everyone needs a shoulder to lean on. Be they world-weary innkeepers or brooding swordsmen. Right, I'd better prepare for my guest's arrival.
I hear you had me carrying a bottle of Gotan 66. If I'd have known, I would have sold the thing and lived like a lord. I'll settle for a cup, though, if you're in a sharing mood.
A Gotan 60 bloody 6. Just as well I had something special of my own set aside.
A bottle between the four of us might not be enough to drown our sorrows, but it can't hurt.
Here they are, the three pillars of Boklad. Sit yourselves down, gentlemen. The woes of the world may be monstrous in many, but there's nothing like a few good friends to keep the misery at bay.
Never a truer word spoken.
Alright, that was a chill one, I guess.
Caravan stops next to the
Juicy
check.
pears!
What I really want to be is a...
Here you are, Goods. Try not to lose it again.
Me pass! You found it! Oh, thank you so much. Nan would have killed me if I'd come back without it. I'll have to
He'll
say
still
thanks
kill
to
you.
Elle and Theo too.
So should you, Hansa. You and your friends don't have to steal anymore. If anyone threatens you again, you know who to turn to.
We do. And we already have. Mizelle's given us a job shifting the chocobo shit out the stables. It's hard work, and the pay isn't half what we got from the stones. But if we stick at it, we'll keep ourselves fed.
You stick at it then.
And Goots, I'm sorry for stealing your pass.
That's all right. I've got it back now. And all's well that ends well, eh?
You said you're trained to be a blacksmith, right? Well, I'm gonna be your first customer. I'm gonna save up all my gil and get you to make me a massive sword.
I'll do me best.
He's already got a massive sword for you, dude.
Till then, eh?
But I don't think that's the one you want.
All right. We have a place on the wagon. Remember, Goots, we're mercenaries. You hired us to protect you.
Mercenaries.
And you remember the plan? You're to ride all the way to Twinside. Jill and I will go with you as far as the outskirts, then find our own way in.
I'll buy that stuff I need.
Right. And we'll scout out the Imperial's defenses.
There's a square with a big bell tower right in the middle of town.
Yeah, I think this guy is meant to be mentally challenged.
Goes wrong, we can meet up there.
I think that's what they're going for here.
Let's go.
see. And you're quite certain your father has no knowledge of Ultima?
I am. I have no difficulty believing a sinister force has come to exert an influence on Sanbreque. But be that as it may, it is yet to claim my father. For better or worse, his radiance speaks his own mind.
Then the fiend works from the shadows.
I confess, when first you told me of this fiend, I had my doubts. And more than a few at that. A beast that labors to plunge Valisthea into turmoil, all in pursuit of your brother. But that wound is proof enough that evil is afoot.
Then I have your answer, Your Highness. You will join me in my fight.
I cannot. Not yet.
Your Highness, please.
As you are aware, the Dhalmekian army is at our gates. They have lost their mother crystal, and with it all hope of a negotiated withdrawal. It is but a matter of time before they invade. If Bahamut is not here to meet them, my people will be slaughtered.
Though not by Hugo Kupka, thanks to Ultima's machinations. I know the fate of your people weighs heavy on your conscience, but if we do not put an end to Ultima's plans, they shall face a far darker fate. The chaos he would wreak would sweep all of Valisthea into the abyss. The lives of every man, woman, and child in the Twins are at stake.
I believe what you say, Phoenix. But I have duties of my own, and I must discharge them. Come what may. What do you know of my blood?
I know that it is wholly unworthy of the highest offices of state, which rightly belong to those of purer breeding. Alas. Your bloodline runs through the Oriflamme gutter, from a whore who weighed her child's worth in Gil.
Have you threatened my father?
Of course not. I merely whispered in his ear that his mongrel son is plotting a rebellion.
What?
Sylvester listens to the words of his astrologers. And they have ears too.
You have been feeding them your lies!
Should you remain loyal to Emperor Olivier, his radiance may yet crown your head with laurel, and not with tar.
Fork-tongued witch!
Kill her. Kill her.
In consideration of your long years of service to the Empire, I shall forgive this uncharacteristic rudeness. Now hurry and make ready, Your Imperial Highness. Emperor Olivier expects much of you, Dion. Or should I say, of Bahamut. May your fire reduce his enemies to ash, till all of Valisthea bows to its rightful ruler.
There is another darkness that has taken hold of Sanbreque. And until its grip is released, the flames of war shall spread ever wider, just as Ultima wishes.
Forgive me. My family has caused you much grief.
You are not her keeper, Phoenix. This is a matter for the Imperial household now, And as a member of that household, it falls to me to resolve it. At such time as that is done, what strength I have shall be yours.
Thank you, Your Highness.
Let us take to the skies together, and bring a new dawn to Valisthea.
I should like nothing more.
Terence.
My prince.
Tell me true. Do you believe what I'm about to do is wrong?
We dragoons have but one leader, Your Highness. And we shall follow him unto the very end.
Thank you. This is my decree. For their crimes against the crown, the traitorous Annabella and her usurping son shall be put to death, and the Empire restored.
One would never guess that these people stood on the brink of war.
When they're afraid, they turn to drink to forget their fears.
Anything you want to forget?
The harbor is empty, and half the market stalls too. The city may seem peaceful on the surface, but it's balanced on a knife edge. Were we to give it a nudge, it might be just the distraction we need to reach the Mother Crystal.
I thought you might say that. We should send for Gav. We'll need someone to keep the fires we start from going out.
And we can busy ourselves scheming until he gets here.
I'll send a Stolas then.
My dog is mad.
What's happening?
I don't know. Torgal! This way.
Okay. Fire in the sky.
The city's on fire.
I'm sure Goots is fine. He'll be making for the square.
The one with the bell tower. In the middle of town, right?
And this place is big. Look at all this. Look at all that. Alright guys, so it's almost midnight, so rather than get involved in this clearly long story mission, I'm just going to call it good for now. See you guys in the morning. There will be a video. Should be a couple videos tomorrow, actually. See you guys later.